call the Planning Commission meeting to order. Would you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please. Wait a minute, we got to do it.
Just that.
Did I steal it from it? Bottom? There it works.
That's motion. Edward Keller. Here. Whitey Simon here. Christine Holcomb.
Here.
Harold Bain.
Here.
Mark Borchardt. Here. Tom Kozel. Here. Robert Muesli.
I haven't heard anything. Anybody else?
No. I haven't checked my,
Keith Bell.
Here.
And Kathy A. Schweikman.
I am here. Thank you,
you.
Whitey. Item number 4 is amendments to agenda. Hearing none. I'm going to move on to item number 5, approval of minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Sue, did you get that?
Did you get one?
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes are approved. Item number 6 is new business. And under new business, there are 2 items. There's item A, which is a public hearing for 9703 North Channel, North River Road, sorry about that. And then item B is the site plan consideration. Chris, would you be kind enough to read the rules for the public hearing and public comments?
Number 1, all comments must be made through the chairperson. Comments directed to the applicant from the audience are prohibited. 2, individuals wishing to speak shall have time limits, 3 minutes for each member of the general public and 6 minutes for a spokesperson of a larger group, such as a subdivision association, condo association, business group, and similar groups. 3, anyone wishing to speak is asked to sign the sign-in sheet provided. However, anyone wishing to speak will be given the opportunity. 4, each individual will be allowed to speak once. It will be the chairperson's decision as to whether rebuttal comments will be allowed. 5, citizens may appoint a spokesperson to represent those who agree on a point of view. And 6, public comments on a specific public hearing request should be made during the public hearing for that item.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to open the public hearing for 9703 North River Road at 7:04. Planners? Eric, got your name right.
Thank you. So this was introduced at last month's meeting. It's a 0.16 acre parcel with an existing single-family home immediately north of the vacant Big River Grill. To the north is R1, and to the west and south is C2. As you can see on the second page of the review memo, the requested R1 district is less intense than the current C2 district since it is a residential district, and the minimum lot area is 18,000 square feet down to 7,800 square feet of water and sewer is present. The requested R1 district is a higher density single-family district that permits one-family dwellings on relatively small lots where public water and sewer is existing or planned. So the proposal fits in to the intent of that district, and we're asking the applicant verify if the residence is connected to public sewer and water, given that the 0.16 minimum acreage is at the 0.17 for the district. The master plan identifies the area as waterfront residential, which supports the rezoning to residential. The waterfront residential district has not been implemented in the zoning ordinance, but the master plan suggests densities equal to the R1L, which is 15,000 square foot lots. So we're recommending approval based on the 3 items noted in the review letter.
Thank you. Is the applicant here by chance?
I'm here for him. I'm one of the co-trustees, Pam Satterley, I'm his sister.
Do you want to add anything?
It is hooked up to the water and sewer.
Okay. Did you get her name? Could you restate your name and spell it, please?
Pam and Satterley, Satterly.
Okay, and you said it is hooked up to
Water
sewer and
and
water. Okay. Anything further you want to add? No.
No.
Turn to the public. Anybody who has a comment regarding this particular public hearing, please come to the podium, state your name and address. Okay, I'll ask one more time. Anybody in regards to this rezoning public hearing want to make any comment? All right, I don't see any hands raised or anybody approaching the podium. So, at this particular point, we can close the public hearing, which is now 7:08. And then, commissioners, what would you like to do? More discussion, whatever.
Question
Sure.
put to the co-applicant. I see Brian Lane is registered as the petitioner's name, correct? And you're what does Mr. Grosso, Phil Grosso, have to do with it?
Oh, he was a real estate agent. We had the house up for sale and we're going through the process and then found out it was zoned commercial.
Does he have any claim to ownership to it?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments, motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the rezoning of 9703 River Road from C2 Small Business to R1 Family Residential District.
Support.
I got that, and I have that was,
Tom?
Quick question, do we need to include the parcel number in the motion?
I can revise the motion and add parcel ID 74-14-487-0034-000.
Thank you.
that was the ID. I couldn't make it put all those numbers down, right?
We're going to get Whitey just
I
a
had the
moment to
same
catch up.
14.
And I re-support.
Thank you.
470034.
All right, we have a motion to approve the rezoning from C2 to R1, parcel number 14487-0034-00. And the motion was made by Tom, supported by Mark.
Everybody understand? Roll call, please. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Ed, were you going to say something?
Well, I didn't realize the different parcels over there. And I don't remember what mine is. But I'm between him and the restaurant. And I don't care what he does with it, so long as whatever we accomplish here tonight doesn't affect my easement over there.
I don't believe so.
It wouldn't,
No, you still have your easement.
because you're only dealing with the parcel
Okay,
number.
that's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Okay,
And if he wants to go change his, that's fine.
all righty. Do the planners agree with what I just said? Okay.
Yes, there's nothing in the application regarding changing that, and it wouldn't be this process anyways to
Okay,
modify these.
thank you. All right, roll call, please.
Keith Bell,
Yes.
Edward Keller,
Yes.
Whitey Simon, aye. Christine Holcomb,
Aye.
Harold Bain,
Yes.
Mark Borchardt,
Yes.
Tom Kozel,
Yes.
Robert Busing,
Yes.
welcome. Kathy Schweikert.
Yes,
Caught him
Thank
off- caught him off guard on that one.
all right. So planners, then the next, as far as the rezoning language, does he?
I believe the township board needs to.
Recommendation.
That is actually a recommendation
Yes.
And then they'll approve it at their next meeting.
Okay,
Or consider it.
thank you. I just thought about that after we were going halfway through this, sorry.
You're all good.
You okay?
I wrote too quickly.
You wrote too quickly. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Item number B is site plan consideration for 5309 Point Trumbull.
Cigar shop.
I didn't say that.
So this is a .4 acre parcel with an existing commercial building, zone C2. It's a 1,975 square foot building, formerly Genuine's Tobacco Barn. The applicant's proposing a 900 square foot two-car garage addition to the rear, with parking existing on the side to be restriped and landscaping to be added. There are two issues with the proposal. First, the applicant should verify the height of the roof addition to the rear of the building. And second, the applicant should clarify what the proposed interior building alterations are and provide details on the intended use. On the second page of the memo, you'll see a comparison of the C2 district the site's currently in with the proposal. There are two issues noted as far as compliance with the district. First is the building height for the addition, which was just discussed. And second, the side yard setback to the east for the proposed barn is 6 feet where 10 feet is required. The existing structure is non-conforming, though the addition would not be any closer to the side property line than the current building setback of 0.7 feet at the closest point. The addition would not be set back a minimum of 10 feet per the zoning ordinance, and we're recommending a variance from the ZBA be required. The garage would be set back 6 feet from the property line. There are two other zoning compliance issues. First is vehicular access and circulation. So this is substantially existing on the site. However, we're recommending that you determine if this existing condition is acceptable as far as parking space layout and maneuvering into Point Trumbull Lane, if those are acceptable existing conditions. And second, the application states that no new signage is requested, and I'm asking for clarification on if the proposed pole sign will be reused or refaced, as would seem likely. So we're asking the applicant to clarify that.
Thank you. Is the applicant here by chance? Would you like to come forward and add anything to what's already been submitted, or respond to any of the items that were in the July 18th?
Yeah, the walls are going to be 10 foot tall on the garage that I'm asking to build. There's going to be no interior change, it's just the building of the garage to the back. I'm using it as a private office. My brother and I work together, and we're just going to use it as an office. We have no customers coming and going. Other questions? Oh, the sign. I'm not doing anything with the sign. I may put a coat of paint on it to make it look better, but that's it.
This new structure, it's going to be 6 feet, is that what I see off the?
Yes, the approximate.
We're really looking to get 10, right?
To get 10, you would move the garage 4 feet beyond the existing building toward Point Trumbull Lane.
Or you take 4 feet off it?
It would make it difficult for putting their vehicles in there.
Yeah, I haven't been in there, but that would still leave you 26 feet.
Looks like you have some bigger vans according to the diagram. Or
I'm sorry?
you have larger vehicles.
We have 2 trucks. You mean for the 8-foot height?
So we need 10 feet, planners?
Yes, that's required, even though the structure is existing non-conforming. Additions and alterations they have to meet the code at the time they're proposed, so we're not sure how the existing building was allowed to be 0.7 feet, but additions or new buildings have to meet the current setbacks.
Unless they went to the zoning board of appeals.
Right, that's what we included in our letter, was that would be.
That's the other option.
What's on the other side here? Next one. What's on that side, where the non-conformance is? What's the kind of business structure? Is there anything there?
No, it's a vacant lot. It's a lot, but the house is at the water's edge.
It's way up front?
There's this town that was in front of us.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't included in the packet, but it was in front of us tonight. I do. Or less paid for. One or
Maybe
the other.
shorten the garage up to 26 and make it come right around. Keep us 30 foot down.
I don't know, I drove in a couple days ago, and it seemed to be a problem.
Is there room enough to reposition that garage with the current dimensions and build a walk-through if you want to attach to the garage? Face it the other way?
There
It
is,
is 30/30, so
yeah,
you have to relocate it,
relocated to where?
the garage.
To where?
I don't know. In order to meet the ordinances. You have enough property in the back?
Yes, there's enough property towards the back, but there's still the same distance, the lot's the same width all the way down.
If you read item number 4 in our planners, it explains what the difficulty is.
Yeah.
With the non-conforming building, which you've obviously read, right? Yeah, so that's what they would need the variance for.
Right.
And I'm not saying they would get the variance from the ZBA, but that's one option.
But someone in the future could go ahead and just extend it, keeping that 6 feet all the way down the lot if they wanted to, right?
There's that potential, I suppose.
Yeah, but every addition would have to be approved by the ZBA.
Correct. Are we correct on that, Eric?
It'd be specific to the request at the time, so.
So any additional past this addition would have to come back and ask again.
Okay.
And again, go back to the ZBA actually too. So, but if they don't get past the ZBA, we're back to square one, right?
Wouldn't they have to have approval from the ZBA before we vote on anything?
That's what I was
We
wondering.
want to table it until they go to the ZBA.
And you haven't gone to the ZBA yet, correct? Okay,
Didn't know had to, until I received this.
gotcha.
That way they don't have to reapply. If it is approved, then there's that site plan application is still on the door and they can just pick up at the next planning commission meeting if you table it rather than,
So realistically, to not cause any more cost factor for the applicant, you should let them go to the ZBA.
if they apply, table it and
If table it,
direction to apply to the ZBA.
okay.
I have a question. Could we, if we so felt moved to approve it with conditions that the zoning board approved, would not, like, if that the only way that this could be built at that size is if it goes in front of the ZBA and the variance is approved.
You mean like tentatively approve it here?
Conditional, yeah.
Conditional, thank you.
Yeah.
Conditionally approve it here if that's what we wanted to do with the application to ZBA and
Correct.
the grant, if they get granted a variance. Is that what you're referring to?
You wouldn't see the site plan again, so that would be the only issue is if you felt like strongly as far as seeing the revised site plan, you wouldn't get a chance to review the revised site plan if the variance wasn't approved.
Does it
Or you
matter,
could just send it back here.
does it matter cost-wise for the applicant which way we do this? If we send him to the ZBA first and then back to us, it's not like he's got to reapply, correct? And then that gives us a chance to re-review.
The only thing I was thinking is, when's the next ZBA meeting? And when-
August 21st, I think is on the list.
Okay, well, and then if we passed it conditionally on that, and then the ZBA gave them the approval or disapproval, if they gave them the approval and we had it passed conditionally on that, then he can go on with the construction instead of having to come back in a month here. And
So it would
so,
only be a week. If you went to the ZBA for the middle August, then our meeting would be the following week.
okay.
So it's only a week delay.
And we can potentially just plan this for the August meeting to come back. So we wouldn't be delaying you, it'd be a week's delay if we did it that direction, but it wouldn't be costing any more money.
Okay.
What
What if I did the garage at, you suggested 26 foot deep,
Oh, then you wouldn't have to go through any of this.
and then extended the garage out, put the extra 4 feet on the end, so I have same square footage, and it's just a longer building and not as deep? Would that be acceptable?
Eric?
Yeah, has room to go to the rear, to
Yeah.
the south side, so
Would he need to redo his site plan then?
he would need to at some point, whether or not you want to see that, it's up to you. He would need to redo that prior to permitting.
Then that would eliminate the ZBA hearing as part,
That
because
would be
that's not a
good.
guarantee either.
No, it's not.
We're going to do that anyways if it's not approved, so.
That's what I was doing.
I don't think it
Just
looks
took all the
bad. It's
pain
just
right out of it.
That's silly.
We have constraints on us because of where it's located.
Yeah.
If he revises the site plan, do we want to see it before we approve it, or do we do a contingent approval?
I think we should look at it, don't you think?
I don't think so.
Is he still asking for a variance?
No, if he's gonna short it up 4 foot, add it to the back.
So either way, nothing's
Involvement
happening
committee.
until next month.
So you just wanna see a revised site plan.
See it.
Yeah,
Make sure
26
that
by
it's like-
34.
Okay.
But you can just put that in stipulations.
I think I'd still want to see it. Because there's the issue with the height that's not on the site
Yeah, the
plan.
applicant can choose either way. He can decide if that he wants to go whether or not he wants to apply the ZBA or not, or just revise the plans for next meeting, so you could leave him that flexibility with the 30-day tabling whether, so he has the option to do whichever.
Is there an additional cost for revising the site plan?
Not as, I'm sure we have to check, not on our, and not because it's within 6 months, but we.
Cindy's not here right now, because I'm hesitant to cause the applicant anymore.
Well, there may be a cost with the ZBA application also.
The ZBA, but I mean, if he does like what Tom just suggested, I believe it's Tom.
Yeah.
4 feet.
And you said to reconfigure it,
Yeah, so make it a 26 by 34 instead of 30 by 30.
Right.
This would be.
I'm trying
26
to remember if there's, because it has to go back then to the building department, correct? I think they'd have to pay some sort of an additional fee.
I don't believe that, I believe there is a re-review.
It's a re-review
I
fee.
think that's the standard for all applications that are reviewed multiple times.
That's what I was thinking.
But that being said, it would probably be more cost effective to do that than to
Yeah.
go for a variance with the ZBA. which
Yeah, I'd rather
again-
not go for a variance.
And it's
I don't wanna
not a
take
guarantee
chance.
that you would even receive the variance based on the criteria.
It's a chance.
It's a 50/50 at best.
I understand.
And I think if there's going to be an extra cost incurred, in my opinion, obviously we can't tell you what to do, but I would say if it were me, I think I would revise the site plan and pay that smaller fee, if it were me.
I agree.
You agree with
Again, we're
that?
not telling you what to do,
No.
we're just talking amongst ourselves.
You're speaking my mind, thank you.
See, I was talking to these people, but you had it over here, so.
Hey, we're on the same page, baby.
So would we make a motion to?
Hold on, just a second.
Go ahead.
You okay, Eric?
Yeah, it's just up to you as far as if you want to see the revised site plan, or that's what you're.
I think I'd like to see it.
How about the other end down there?
You want to see the revised site plan?
Because wasn't there another
Yeah,
issue
okay.
besides the
Yeah,
variance,
all
the
right.
setback or something, the height of the wall that's not on the original site plan?
I could
Yeah, they're 10-foot walls.
scribble it on the print.
Right,
board.
I-
Right,
yeah,
away we
yeah.
go.
Well, it likely meets the height requirement, it's just a.
Yeah, you want to just mark it up
It
on
was,
one of these?
it wasn't necessarily the 10-foot wall,
That's
it's the
good.
roof height.
Oh, it's, okay.
Right.
So 412 pitch on 10-foot walls.
And if he's going to and the roof pitch is matching the existing, which would run the same direction.
I don't know what the exact dimensions are, but the garage would be somewhat shorter in height than the existing building. I believe the existing walls are about 14 feet on the existing building.
But again, it's the roof height, not the wall.
Yeah, and it's going to be
No,
the
that's
same
it.
pitch, so every time, the garage will be lower than the existing building.
This is going to be 10 feet.
Does that need to be, Eric, does that need to be on the revised site plan so that we know what?
It should be,
So, yeah, I think
for procedure, it should be.
I think I'd like to see the revised plan showing that as well.
Well, at this particular point, someone can make a motion if you, let's see where we go.
Recommend conditional approval
No.
to receive the revised site plan based on the conditions that were presented.
Would we not table
Should we just table it? Is it-
pending the revised site plan?
Okay, good.
I'm asking, I'm not motioning.
Come on, I'm waiting.
Make the motion.
Okay, motion to table the site plan review pending the revised site plan. Yes,
Changes.
And delineate the changes, how's that?
right, showing the changes.
You want to enumerate the changes you're looking for, please?
Oh,
Come on.
The new footprint dimensions along with the roof height.
approval.
I think I covered everything. Did I miss anything?
What was that?
Oh, for 5309 Point Trumbull, 74-14-433-001.
Where do you go?
Roof height and?
New site plan.
New site plan would be
Garage.
garage.
And
footprint
dimensions.
Yes. He said we're good.
He's going to reread it back to us so we make sure we know what we're voting on.
Restated.
Yeah, updated.
What's the number?
The number is, are we ready? Parcel ID is 74-14-4001-0000.
74-14430001-000.
Commonly 5309 Point Trumbull.
Right, that's good.
To recommend to table pending site plan removal of roof height and dimension restated on 74-14-43300, commonly known as 9390 Point Trumbull.
5309.
5309,
Yes,
Did you say a removal in there?
he did, hold on.
removal of the height,
Addition of.
No. Delineation of the height.
delineation.
It's another word.
I can even spell it, for crying out loud.
Thanks, Tom.
I can even spell it. Again, to recommend to table pending site plan delineation of roof height and dimensions restated on 74-14-433-00001-000, commonly known as 5309 Point Trumbull.
Okay.
That was who, Robert?
No, Ed.
Ed. Oh, you did. Oh, Ed, and seconded?
Ed seconded, I made the motion.
You made it.
I made the motion.
Come on, Wayne.
I just asked, who made the motion?
It's been a long week, apparently.
Put in his crawl space.
Yeah, I just came out of my crawl
Are you
space.
waterlogged? Is that the problem?
Well, I'm not once a month.
That was Keith then,
That
right?
was Keith's second.
Keith.
Yeah.
Ed, Keith made the motion, and Ed seconded.
Okay, I think we're on the same page. Sue, are you okay over there? You're okay.
You got it too?
She's laughing.
I'd be laughing too.
Could you handle like doing the roll call now?
Roll call. Keith Bell.
Aye.
Edward Keller.
Yes.
Well, right, the two front ones. Whitey Simon, yes. Christine Holcomb.
Yes.
Harold Bain.
Yes.
Mark Borchardt.
Yes.
Tom Kozel.
Yes.
Robert Busey.
Yep.
And Kathy Schweikert.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you in about a month.
A month.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we are going to move on to item number 7, unfinished business, which is item A, small scale social clubs.
Yes.
All right.
Good evening. So as you will recall, you held a public hearing on this item last month. You then closed the public hearing and you postponed action to this meeting. So right now, if everyone is clear and remembers the language, I'm happy to answer any questions that have come up, but this was regarding the small-scale social clubs, and it was adding language and provisions to give you a little bit more oversight onto those site plans, and this was particularly regarding the clubs with 30 members or fewer. So none of the language has changed, we're just continuing our discussion, and your action is up to you.
For clarification, the township already allows small-scale social clubs,
Yes.
correct? It's in our ordinances, it is allowed.
Yes.
The language that is proposed is basically to help regulate and govern these small-scale.
It's to make it easier to understand, and it gives the planning commission more direction as to kind of what standards you should be looking at. That's where, on the last page of our memo here, we kind of talk about, on page 4, it's under number 3, so that's a lot of the stuff that we've added in there specifically, so that any new planning commission down the line, any new member, would be have access to this language, talking about you can cap the hours of operation, parking, access, and all those things. So these are already allowed, this just gives you more oversight.
So to be clear then, if, for example, somebody wanted to have a small-scale social club, before they could do it with the new language, they would have to come before us
With a site plan.
with a site plan, and then at that point, we can regulate or deny. Thank you.
And if I go back to our minutes from our last meeting, because I know there was a lot of concern with the public about if social clubs are, like adult entertainment, that's a whole different.
Yeah, and this is specifically regarding not-for-profit clubs.
Correct.
So as I know I had to mention at the last meeting, even if somebody came in with a not-for-profit gentleman's club or any of those types, you have full oversight to deny that. But typically, it's my understanding those are operated on a for-profit basis. But
Does that mean they would have to submit a 501c4 or C3?
that's not language that we've included in here.
I don't. Those are, in general, 501c3s
That's
or 4s.
something I suppose you could request that, yeah, if you had concerns that they were not,
Yes,
then you...
that would be my concern.
Mhm.
With the new language, we could request that,
Mhm.
if this gets approved.
Would that need to be written?
Yeah, I can look to see if that is...
Would that be too restrictive?
I would feel that that falls under, that you can request information regarding the proposed activities on site. I feel that that falls under that. You could, if they're claiming to operate a nonprofit, just
If we're
ask for
talking
proof of-
nonprofit, then they
it
should
shouldn't
have
be
a
any issue.
nonprofit
They should
license
have-
or
you
EIN.
just-
Yeah, they
you-
would have to be
Yeah.
certified or whatever first, right?
Yeah,
And they'd have to
that's-
file annual club,
Yeah.
whatever it is with the state.
And
Exemptions.
yes, and nonprofits usually have those. They have to have them on hand all the
No,
time.
no, it's not a big problem, it's just that you have to go ahead and make sure that you maintain your status.
Mhm.
Now, is that something that should be included in the new language?
I don't feel it has to be. Like I said, there's provision for you to talk about the proposed activities on site, and then there's that last provision in there proposed activities, road conditioning, capacity, other public services, and similar factors. So if you wanted to add that in, I believe we'd have to renotice and hold the public hearing again, because we are amending the language, but I feel that this language covers that requirement. And
Pretty broad.
if the applicant decided not to supply that to you, then that would be a reason for you to deny that.
The only problem that I see there is that when we're all retired, the new board doesn't know that they ought to do that. And so the first two, while we're still here, are going to be a 501c3 or 4, and the next 15 don't have to do it if it's not in the language.
It'd be an ongoing enforcement issue you could bring up, so if you found out that an existing club was for profit, it's still in the ordinance, you could use that to cite them.
We have this language now, and we could always do everything and have another public hearing.
Yes,
So
if
we were going to be required, if we amended the language for this and we were going to be required to hold another public hearing anyways, we could always approve this, and if it doesn't work, change it later and have the public hearing then. That way we wouldn't have to go through.
If it doesn't become a problem.
Mhm.
Well, that's, yeah, no, that's all.
It's pretty broad language on it. They have to tell you everything they're going to do.
And I know another concern that the public had was, you know, having them pop up in their neighborhoods next to their homes, and I just want to reiterate that the language specifically says minimum lot size shall be 2 acres.
Correct.
So it's
So
not
if you're
like you're going to have
1.9
somebody
acres, they're not eligible.
60 feet next to you or 100 feet next to you.
Well, no, and really the restriction of the site doesn't allow, because it also says how far you have to wait from your next neighbor, and so 2 acres almost don't do it.
Any more comments?
Was there a frontage on those 2 acres?
No, we tried.
The size.
No, we talked about the frontage, just particularly how the way your ordinance is written, private islands technically do not have frontage based on the way your ordinance. So, and that, between that and the unique shape of some of the lots, could really make it difficult for that.
Okay.
Any further comments? Motion? Lady, are you ready to write if you need to?
I have some empty pages, yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to go with it.
Maybe you can.
So that'd be small scale social club ordinances?
Motion to recommend.
Yes.
Recommend the 7.
26.
The
Drafted language.
This right here. I think I got it.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom's got it, go ahead, Tom.
Tom's all over it.
Well, wait a minute, I started writing already. Now you
Hang
can.
on a minute.
You don't have to write.
You might not have to write. I'd like to make a motion to approve the zoning ordinance amendment number 126, an amendment to section 5.02, 6.02, 6.02A, 7.02, 9.02, 10.02, 11.02, 12.02, and 20.38, in the addition of new section 20.54 to ordinance number 126, Clay Township zoning ordinance, Clay Township, St. Clair County, Michigan, to provide updated regulations for small-scale clubs.
This is.
I don't have that much room on the approval sheet.
Just take a
We
picture
have
of
to
this.
include this.
Right there, we just cut that out.
Paste it.
Paste it right on there.
Is that our memo?
Support.
They could say as per the planner's memo.
Per the planner's memo.
That's another option.
Oh, that would shorten that up, wouldn't it?
Thank you. Social
Who's ordinance? Who's their memo of 619?
clubs. Per
For the memo,
planners.
6/26/19.
Memo. 06
19.
26 19.
That's the date of our hearing. This is not, says updated on 16.
Okay, recommend the drafted language for approval of small social clubs per planner's memo dated 06/26/19.
Right.
Tom and
Mark.
Mark, again, twice today. Oh, you're up.
Hey, with the team.
Wonderful.
It's a recommendation,
left-
Yeah,
correct?
it's a recommendation to
We're the
your trustees.
Yes.
Thank you. We're the left wing. No, I take that back.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
I heard too much left and right wing while I was watching the guy and crawling under a small place. So
Okay, does
anyhow.
everybody understand the motion?
Yes.
Okay, Sue, you all right? All right, go ahead. Wait, roll call.
Keith Phil,
Yes.
Edward Keller,
Yes.
Whitey Simon, yes. Christine Holcomb,
Yes.
Harold Bain,
Yes.
Mark Bouchard,
Yes.
Tom Kozel,
Yes.
Robert Nusling,
Yes.
and Kathy Schweiker.
Yes, thank you. We're going to move on to item number 8, which is planning consultants report. Gentlemen,
We're good, just working on the master plan.
thank you.
It's going along, going well.
It's going well, okay. Thank you. Eric and Matt. Item number 9, ZBA representatives report.
No report.
Thank you, Keith. Item number 10, board representatives report.
Just a question, one of the planners, you're supposed to send me something about Pearl Beach.
Yes.
I got 10 emails that I look at, so,
Any one of them?
yeah, any one of them. I have no report, thank you.
Thank you. Item number 11 is chairperson's report. Just a quick couple items. As of July 1st, 2019, continuing through July 1st of 2020, ZBA and Planning Commission meetings will be videotaped by the township and then put on whatever site the supervisor's going to put them on. So, that was one. Number 2, Cindy Babish sent, I believe, to all of us an update for our records for the Clay Township Building and Zoning Official Inspector and Plan Review and the Clay Township Electrical Inspector and Plan Review. Just give me 1 second here. And those are the only items I have, okay? Item number 12 is Planning Commission members' comments. I hear nothing. So I'm going to move on to item number 13, public comments. If anybody in the public chooses to make a comment, please come to the podium, state your name and your address.
Good evening, my name is Jerry Shiloff. I live at 7307 Dyke Road. I'm adjacent to the Blue Horseshoe Island project. Their seawall permit was issued just after the 1st of July. So this last week, they brought an excavator over there, all right, and start digging up the edge of the island where they've scooped up the edge of the phragmites and some of the dirt and scrape it all back so they can figure out where they're going to put their seawall. Well, instead of hauling this all off, when they scraped all this back, they shoved it back into the water. Who knows what is in that dirt, whatever, but they shoved it back in the water. I don't think this is the right way to do this, and I just want to make everybody aware of it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments. Any other members of the public? Come forward. State your name and address, please.
Scott Walgrave, 7873 Stark Drive. It's also regarding the island there. I'm just wondering, I see the permit's been given, and that's all fine and dandy, but has anyone thought of the damage of turning that dirt over, if there's any PCBs or any chemicals in that water, that we're going to be, I swim in that water every day. So is there chemicals, or is anyone going to do a test on that island for toxic materials before they start digging? Because I know for a fact there's stuff buried back there from many, many moons ago.
That's not our department.
Okay. I just want to bring it up.
No, I
So we
appreciate
all
you
know
bringing it up.
that,
There's,
the lake could be contaminated.
I suggest maybe talk to the agency that issued the permits. How's that?
Try to get a hold of.
I'm
I've
sure
called-
that's not the
I've
easiest.
called Katie Fairchild 103 times without a phone call back at all.
Okay. You probably
And
have
this
better luck
dates
than-
back to last year when they were supposed to have by October 31st, an answer about the island. This stems to before then, and I can't even get her to call me back. How do I get a hold of them if I can't get anyone to call?
Find out who her boss is and keep going.
Okay. All
That's my
right,
best
thank you.
suggestion. That would be me. That's
Okay.
only me.
No problem. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Anyone else in the audience would like to come forward in public comments? One more time, anybody else in the audience for public comments? Seeing no one approaching and or raising their hand, I'm going to move on to item number 14, which
So moved.
will be
Oh, thank you.
adjournment. Thank you for like jumping the gun, gentlemen. All right, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming.